Hey you guys, welcome to I Cook and Paint. Today I'm going to show you how to make a soft, fluffy angel food cake from scratch. This is leavened totally with egg whites. There's no baking powder, no baking soda, not even any oil or butter. It turns out incredibly soft and fluffy, and it can be eaten like that or used in other desserts. This is also a really great recipe to make if you have a whole bunch of egg whites lying around, from making a lot of recipes using only egg yolks. I hope you don't throw away those egg whites. Do you? Alright, so we're gonna start off with some dry ingredients, and I have here 2 sheets of wax paper because we're gonna be doing some sifting. So right here I have 1 cup of cake flour, and I'm gonna add it into my sifter. And now to this I'm gonna add some salt and half a cup of sugar. In total we need 1 1/4 cups, but for now just half. So just add it right into the sifter. And really it doesn't have to be exactly half a cup, just roughly. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix this together, right inside the sifter. Oh boy. Now in order to get the fluffiest cake possible, we have to sift this 4 times. I know, super boring. This is my least favorite part of the recipe. I won't show you all 4 times, but I will show you how handy this wax paper is. So you sift it onto one piece, and then you can very easily lift it back into the sifter and sift it on the other piece. Alright, so this has been sifted 4 times. Now I'm gonna set this aside. Now right here I have egg whites, 1 1/3 cups of them, and that's about 12 large eggs worth. You might need more or less depending on the size of your eggs, but you do want 1 1/3 cups. Oh, and also, make sure your egg whites are at room temperature because they'll whip up a lot easier that way. So just start whipping them for a few seconds until they get foamy. Alright, when it's really foamy like that, it's time to add some cream of tartar. So 1 1/4 teaspoons. The cream of tartar is going to help stabilize the egg whites so they'll be even fluffier. So now I just want to whip this until it reaches soft peaks. This is going to take a couple of minutes. As soon as you start seeing that there's a trail being formed from the beaters, you know you're really close to soft peaks. So it should almost start looking like whipped cream. Alright, so if you do this, you can see that they actually hold a little peak. This is what a soft peak looks like. See? And it's at this point that you want to start slowly adding in the rest of the sugar. So the remaining 3/4 of a cup of sugar, you want to add this slowly so that the sugar gets a chance to dissolve. So I'm adding in about a tablespoon at a time. Alright, once all the sugar's in, now you want to continue whipping it until you reach really stiff peaks. But first we need some flavoring, so in goes some vanilla. You could also do half vanilla, half almond extract, any flavoring really. This is what it should look like after a couple of minutes. All this air we're whipping in is what's going to make the cake rise. So just whip, 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 whip. Okay, it's been a few minutes now, and this is what the batter looks like. So once the sugar goes in and you give it a few more minutes of whipping, you can see that it holds a lot stiffer peaks than they looked before. Now it's time to start gradually sifting in that dry mixture. So I'm going to sift it over the meringue 1/4 cup at a time. We want to keep this batter as light as possible. We don't want to lose all the aeration we got from those egg whites. So probably the best tool to use for this is a balloon whisk. And do continue folding this in only one direction. If you keep switching directions, then you're really going to deflate your batter. Now in goes another 1/4 cup. And so on until all the flour is gone. And a good tip for folding is have one hand turn the bowl while the other hand just folds. Okay, so that's it for my flour. It's all been added in, and as you can see, if you're really gentle, you don't lose too much volume. Only fold it enough so that every trace of flour has disappeared. Okay, now let me show you the pan I'm going to bake this in. This is a 12-inch tube pan. This one's really good because the insert comes right out. And one really important thing, you don't want to grease it. Having it ungreased will give that batter a chance to climb up the walls. The tube in the middle is also really important. The batter's gonna climb up that also. I wouldn't try baking this in a pan that doesn't have that tube. Now I'm just gonna smooth the top, just like that. Now if you're wondering what these little legs on the rim of the pan are for, I'm gonna show you when the cake is done. Let your angel food cake bake for 35 to 40 minutes in a preheated 375-degree oven. That's Fahrenheit. And when it's ready, it should be a light golden brown on the top. And you can stick a toothpick in it, and if it comes out clean, you'll know it's cooked all the way through. But also, if you just press on it and it springs back, that's a good sign it's ready. If your finger leaves an indentation, then chances are your batter's still wet and you have to bake it longer. Let it cool completely upside down, and there you go. That's what those little legs are for. If your pan doesn't have those legs, then rest the tube part over a bottle. And then when it's cooled completely, you can take it out of the pan. So the best way to do this is with a serrated knife. So just start sawing it away from the pan. And you'd think that because we didn't grease this would stick a lot more, but it actually comes out quite easily. There we go. See, it wasn't that hard to take out. If we had greased the pan, we never would have gotten this nice volume. I may have been a little aggressive. And oh, there's a little piece. I'm just gonna taste it. So I'm just gonna cut a piece out of this. Oh, it tastes good. Really nice vanilla flavor. And do make sure this is completely cooled before you cut into it. So I want you to see here how soft and spongy that looks. See, all that air we whipped into the meringue is what made this cake so fluffy. Alright, let's break this piece open so you can see what the crumb looks like. For a cake that has no oil or butter in it, you're going to be amazed at how moist this is. And angel food cake will keep on your counter for 2 to 3 days or in your fridge for up to 1 week. So, should we give it a taste? Alright, twist my arm. Angel food cake can be eaten just like that, or quite often it's used in other recipes like trifle, or what else is it used for anyway? You let me know in the comments below. And that's it guys, go try out this recipe today and let me know what you think of it. And hey, if there's a recipe you'd like to see on iCook and Paint, let me know about it and I'll see what I can do. I really appreciate you watching, so thank you so much. Until the next video, bye for now.